Hello, myself Sonal Ramakrishna here. Basically, we are discussing one of the topic that is city creation. In city creation, basically, we are discussing about the one topic that is vitamins creation. In vitamin creation, basically, we are discussing the topic that is of India country. And India country has created lots of designs basically. And design creation only king family can do basically. These groups only basically can do the design creation. So government basically are kept in front of the world basically, and government as are basically handled by the king group basically. So one of the person told that basically who basically have the rights to create the blood cells basically, because everybody basically can't get the permission basically. For example, I will take one example. There are 22 blood groups which is already created and which is basically allocated among 900 crore world population basically. So assume that 50 crore basically is a blood group. Like this basically each and every blood groups are divided. One other person told that basically are now this is blood groups are creating problem basically, or basically you can say next level of blood creation, that is the design creation basically need to do. And the requirement says that basically the new blood group have to create, because the new design basically is the requirement is like this. So one of the person told that this is the requirement basically, and according to that basically you have to create a new design basically, and according to create new design you required a new blood group. So one of the person told that basically who basically have the permission to create a new blood group, that is the 23rd number blood group. So one of the person told that basically government don't have, the king family don't have the permission, because even king family basically can't create the new blood group. They basically only can use the existing blood group basically, which they have already allocated by set a group basically. Then basically one of the person to banks group by default basically they don't have the permission. They only are connected with the investment only basically. Then basically the doctors industry. Doctor industry is basically very far basically. Why? Before doctor industry basically the construction industry comes into the picture, because city equal to city blood cells, and then basically the city blood cells disease and medicines comes. So they basically are very far basically. So they basically also are, they also don't have the permission basically to create the blood group. So who have the permission basically to create the blood group? So one of the person told that the group who designed the new blood, new design the group basically who designed the new galaxy na basically. And they say that basically here basically entire fresh data is required basically. Here basically from 22 blood group different data is required basically. So they told that basically here basically the new blood group is required, so they basically can start the creation of blood group. So one of the person told that this only basically can be possible by creating new ideas basically, new thinking basically, and new thinking basically are equal to new blood group. That also you can say. So like this, assume that basically by thinking, or one of the person told that if the person basically is in coma basically, then basically that is not possible basically. If that time basically for example if he is in coma basically, then it is not possible to become the blood group owner basically, because he whatever person basically is going to be allocate first blood group now basically he will be the blood group owner basically. So one of the person told that that is one thing basically. So here one of the person told that here basically new blood group is required basically. So new things basically which is in front of the world, that is software industry. Software industry is the new stuff basically, and which is the one idea basically you can say. Software is one idea basically which is which actually came from very far basically, and that is basically connected with the power companies basically, and power companies are equal to set of planets basically, which on off happens according to the power supply data basically. So one of the person told that basically design basically equal to new ideas thinking basically, and the new ideas basically allocates into the person's body, and like this basically the new idea group basically gets creates. Here basically he, if basically that person basically is having new ideas and new views basically, then basically he will 100% face lots of problem basically. He will be facing the first problem basically will be the 22 blood group basically are going to create him lots of problem basically, but satellite groups are with him basically, so he is not supposed to worry basically, because their satellite groups are going to support 100% to that blood group basically, that is the new blood group. So one of the person told that the satellite groups are going to help basically, and the 22 blood group basically slowly will leave that person basically. The group basically who are basically giving trouble to him, they automatically will stop giving the trouble to that particular person basically. After creation of 23rd number blood cells will become little bit useful for the environment and for the universe basically. As per the planet creation basically we start slowly basically the 22 blood group will stop creating problem to the 23rd number blood group. So one of the person told that like this basically the creation has already happened basically. So assume that basically one of the person told that 22 blood group basically is not adjusting basically the 23rd number blood group, then basically you have to change your blood, and slowly basically the all 22 blood group are going to merge with this 23rd blood group also basically. Why? Because 23rd number blood group is slowly going to merge with 22 blood groups, 1 2 3 blood groups, like this 22 blood group basically are going to get the data of 23 blood group basically, 23rd number blood group basically. So slowly basically they have to take the blood energy, and like this basically the disease medicine each and everything basically is going to create, and that only basically is possible through 23rd number blood groups data basically, that is the blood cells data and the blood energy data basically. Like this only basically the things is going to happen basically. So one of the person told that like this only basically the 22 blood groups data, 22 blood group basically are going to get the medicine basically, otherwise basically they are not going to get medicine. Why basically they are going to they are going to take the medicine? Reason, they also basically have 22 blood groups. 22 blood groups basically are inside the 23rd number blood group also. So they have to do the adjustment basically. They have to do the adjustment basically. That is one thing. So one of the person wrote that like this only basically the things can be like this only basically the things can be created. So here basically one new design came, new blood group came, new blood group data came, and slowly basically the 22 blood groups count basically are going to slowly going to shift to 23rd number blood group also, and like this basically the 22 blood groups are going to give little bit blood cells data to 23rd number blood group also. So slowly basically they are going to shift to 23rd number blood group basically, but that will happen basically 100%, that will be going to happen 100%. So one of the person told that this is also basically one of the creation of vitamins, and one of the person told that this happens basically here basically the construction is not earth planet basically is not connected here, this one here only basically the satellite groups are connected. So one of the person told that yes basically. So in next video basically we are going to see a little bit more about this topic.